What is CBN and how does it affect us? The benefits of cannabis are innumerable. At the time of this creating, it is estimated that there are over 100 known cannabinoids, all with varying uses and benefits. The most commonly discussed cannabinoids are THC and CBD. Yet perhaps one of the most beneficial cannabinoids is one that you don't often hear discussion about, CBN. CBN, or cannabinol, is believed to have multiple healing properties to it that can lead to a happier, healthier, and more fulfilling life if one uses it correctly. While not the most commonly known or talked about cannabinoid, cannabinol research and public interest is on the rise for those who suffer from a wide variety of pains and ailments. Some in fact believe that one day, through much research and case studies, that CBN products may be used and even prescribed for many issues that plague people today. So, what is CBN, and how can we use it to benefit our lives? CBN is a naturally occurring minor cannabinoid commonly found in aged cannabis. Although not as popular as its cousins THC and CBD, CBN was actually the very first cannabis compound to be isolated from cannabis extract, as it is believed to have been originally isolated in the late 1800s. CBN is not often found in as high a volume as THC and CBD, but instead forms as the plant ages when THCA begins to turn into CBN. This happens naturally, but the process could be sped up when the plant is exposed to air or UV lighting for extended time periods. While we have known of CBN for a lengthy period of time, we have yet to fully unlock the potential this compound has for benefiting the daily lives of so many individuals. What does CBN do? CBN benefits and CBN effects can both vary greatly from person to person. Like any compound, the benefits, feelings, and effects associated with CBN will depend on the individual, as well as the ailment that they are utilizing CBN to help them with. Below I have listed some of the most commonly reported uses for CBN. 1. Sleeping aid. CBN for sleep may very well be a reality in the near future. CBN is believed to greatly aid those who suffer from insomnia or light night restlessness. Whereas sleeping pills can be extremely dangerous if used incorrectly and almost always lead to dependence, CBN has not shown or been reported to have these issues. Many who use CBN as a means to get some rest have stated that not only does CBN help them fall asleep, but it allows them to stay asleep and wake up feeling rested and ready for the day. A lack of sleep can actually lead to higher chances of disease and an overall lethargic and depressed state of mind. Your body needs sleep, and CBN can be a major deciding factor for both your physical as well as mental health. Because of this research, it is believed that CBN may in fact be able to take the place of the sleeping pills that so many Americans rely on to get some shut-eye. It may provide users with feelings of muscle relaxation, similar to CBD, as well as the calmness and mental stability to stay alert and focused during their day-to-day tasks and activities. All is the direct result of the sleep that you're getting. 2. Anti-inflammatory. CBD is not the only cannabinoid with anti-inflammatory properties. CBN appears to have multiple anti-inflammatory properties associated with it. In fact, researchers have questioned whether or not the anti-inflammatory properties would be beneficial for those who suffer from a variety of disorders, such as multiple sclerosis, Crohn's disease, and ulcerative colitis. For disorders such as Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, this can be profoundly beneficial, as most sufferers deal with intestinal inflammation and are unable to take traditional anti-inflammatory medication like aspirin, ibuprofen, or naproxen, as these have shown to cause further intestinal damage. Furthermore, rodent studies on inflammation and CBN have also found that CBN may reduce inflammation caused by arthritis. While further research and study is required before we can hail CBN as the newer, healthier aspirin, it is surprising to see the profound effect CBN may very well have on pain and inflammation. 3. Neurological protection. Yes, it sounds odd, but it's true. A study held in 2005 found that CBN was actually able to delay the onset of ALS in rodents. While this is a large step from a study on humans, this is a major key in discovering just how powerful CBN can actually be. While more research must be done before we can consider CBN an internal helmet of sorts, it does present an interesting argument for the cannabinoid. In addition to this, Newer research also indicates that various cannabinoids may provide some assistance and alleviation for those suspected of suffering from chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. CTE is a neurological degenerative disease that occurs largely from repeated blows to the head. Former athletes such as football players, boxers, hockey players, and gymnasts are all prone to this disorder, and currently there are no known cures and few preventative measures to combat CTE. Some doctors are turning to cannabinoids as a means to not only prevent this disease, but to allow patients suffering from CTE to get some level of comfort and assistance for the plethora of symptoms that come with the disease. The fact is, we don't yet know whether or not cannabinoids will benefit every individual who suffers from such neurological issues, but it is eye-opening to think that the CBN, along with other cannabinoids, may one day greatly benefit these individuals. 4. Anxiety. It is no secret that being mentally healthy is crucial for a healthy and fulfilling life. Those who suffer from chronic anxiety are often prescribed handfuls of various different medications. This cocktail of medication can not only be stressful to manage, but there are many different side effects to the vast majority of prescription drugs. Finding the right doses and medications, as well as figuring out the specific mix that will benefit you, can prove to be costly and timely. CBN products with the sedative properties we discussed earlier may very well be able to help make life more manageable at times. For many who deal with anxiety on a daily basis, they know that it can be crippling for their lives. Yet, CBN may be able to shut off the noise in their head long enough for them to have a productive day. Time will tell how helpful CBN products may be for those who find themselves too anxious or overwhelmed on some days to get out of bed. Luckily, with legalization seemingly becoming closer and closer every year, we may not have to wait as long as previously expected before further study can be done on CBN, and it can become a more popular medicine for those who may need help relaxing their nerves and calming their anxiousness. 5. Appetite stimulation. For many, even eating can prove to be a difficult task. Whether this is due to a disorder such as Crohn's disease or colitis, or due to traumatic medical treatments such as chemotherapy, eating shouldn't be a challenge. CBN has been reported to increase appetite by many who have tried it. In addition to this, yet another rodent study has shown that rats who were given cannabinol tended to eat a larger portion of food than they normally would consume. This can be highly beneficial for those who may regularly find themselves in a position in which they are in too much pain or too nauseous to be able to feed themselves. The fact that cannabinol may very well be able to calm the nausea and bloated feeling that such sufferers deal with is not to be taken lightly, as those who suffer from colitis, Crohn's, chemotherapy, or other ailments and issues often lose weight at alarming rates. This can then lead to moments of binge eating, in which this individual will eat mass amounts of food, often leading to vomiting, nausea, and other medical problems. If CBN is proven to assist with eating regularly, rather than the vicious cycle of starving, binging, vomiting, and then starving again. When you lack the ability to eat regularly or keep down the food that you do eat, you are depriving the body of so many nutrients and precious calories that these individuals simply cannot afford to lose to begin with. CBN may very well be able to assist with this extreme problem. These are just 5 benefits that CBN products may have in store for us as a society, but the full possibilities are endless. Thanks for watching our video.